Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Leach, back here with another reaction video. Today, I will be reacting to the 2025 MLB Trade deadline. As y'all see by the time, it's 8:14 p.m. So, the deadline ended 2 hours ago. We're going to look at all of the deals that took place, give you my thoughts on the deal, and just go over the deals pretty much. But let's get right into it. So starting off, left-hander Brandon Garcia and right-hander Ashton Lizzie, or how do you say his last name? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Are headed back to the Arizona Diamondbacks from the Seattle Mariners for first baseman Josh Naylor. So the Mariners trade for Josh Naylor. This is a big one. Big bat in that lineup alongside Rosarena, Julio Rodriguez, and Cal Raleigh. This is a big move. W for the Mariners. Kind of an L for the Diamondbacks because they traded for Naylor from the Guardians. So, which we have Slade Ciccone now. So I think it's fair to say that my Cleveland Guardians won that trade. But best of luck to Josh Naylor in Seattle. If I had to grade the trade, definitely give the Mariners an A. The Diamondbacks, I don't know, probably maybe a B- C. I don't know about these prospects. You never know how they'll play out, but yeah. The New York Mets have acquired left-handed reliever Gregory Soto from the Baltimore Orioles, sources confirmed ESPN. So the Mets add a bullpen pitcher in Gregory Soto, who is pretty good. I like this move for the Mets, trying to improve that bullpen because they do got a good team. And they're trying to, supposedly try to, go on a run in the second half of the season, into the playoffs into October. So I like the move for the Mets. If I had to grade it for the Mets, I give them a B. The New York Yankees are acquiring third baseman Ryan McMahon in a trade with the Colorado Rockies. So the Yankees get their third baseman because we've been hearing that they were hunting for a third baseman, and they land Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. It's not Suarez, which they were rumored to get Suarez. There's a lot of rumors floating around about him, but they do get a third baseman, Ryan McMahon, who's really good. And the Rockies got back two minor league pitchers, including left-hander Griffin Herring. So the Rockies get two minor league pitchers out of the deal. If I had to grade this deal for the Yankees, I'll give them a B+. And for the Rockies, I'll give you a C, just because I don't know how good the prospects are. But not a bad move. The Kansas City Royals are acquiring outfielder Randy Grishik in a deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the Royals land an outfielder, Randall Grishik. Don't know too much about the dude. I know he's a solid player. But if I had to grade this for the Royals, I give him a B. Diamondbacks, I don't know really how to grade the trade for them. They really didn't get anything back. I don't know. But I'd be a good move for Kansas City. Not bad. The Yankees' aggressiveness continues. They're trading for infielder Ahmed Rosario. That boy Ahmed is headed to the Bronx and giving up right-hander Clayton Beater and 18-year-old outfielder Browman Martinez. As first reported, Rosario punishes left-handed pitching and can play all around the diamond. So this is another good move for the New York Yankees, who pick up Ahmed Rosario. He's still really good. Good contact guy. He has a little bit of power. And he's not going to be asked to do much in the New York Yankees order. Just get on base. He can do that. This is a good move for the Yankees. I'll give them an A for this. This was a trade with the Nationals, I do believe. He played for the Nationals. So the Nationals get back right-handed Clayton Beater and Browman Martinez, which I don't know too much about them. So I'll give the Nationals a C. Right-handed Seth Lugo and the Kansas City Royals are finalizing a multi-year contract extension. Sources tell ESPN one of the best potential trade candidates this deadline season and top free agent arms this winter. Instead, will remain in Kansas City. So Kansas City locks up Seth Lugo. Not a surprise here. I was hearing, they might trade him at the deadline, but, they lock up Seth Lugo, their best pitcher. Makes sense. We already saw this, the Guardians and Emmanuel Clase. I tell you. We got another trade, full trade per ESPN sources. Detroit receives Chris Paddock and right-handed pitcher Randy Dobnak, and the Minnesota Twins receive catcher first baseman Enrique Jimenez. I'm just gonna call him Jimenez, y'all. I do not know how to say his first name. I'm sorry, but I would say Detroit wins this. They get Chris Paddock, who is a really solid starting pitcher, and they get Randy Dobnak, another right-handed pitcher. So Detroit trying to improve that pitching makes a lot of sense. If I had to grade this trade for the Tigers, I would give them an A, and Minnesota I give them a C. Because, you're only getting one thing back and you're getting two players. So I feel like whoever gets the most in a trade wins the trade. Jed Hoyer receives a multi-year extension with the Cubs per source. His contract was up after the season. I don't even know who that is. I'm not going to lie. The Milwaukee Brewers are working to finalize a deal to acquire catcher Danny Jansen from the Tampa Bay Rays. So the Brewers trying to get a backup catcher alongside Contreras. This is a good move. I would definitely give this an A for the Brewers. Yeah. And yeah, for the Rays, I would give them, a C. I mean, they're getting nothing back, so I don't know. Maybe they just want to dish them off. With Danny Jansen heading to Milwaukee, the Rays are working on a deal to acquire catcher Nick Fortes from the Miami Marlins, sources confirmed to ESPN. So, that's weird. The Rays go out there and get Nick Forbes from the Miami Marlins after trading Danny Jansen. I mean, not a bad move. Nick Fortes is actually pretty solid, so. The Toronto Blue Jays are acquiring right-handed reliever Scranthony Dominguez from the Baltimore Orioles for the right-handed pitching prospect Jaron Watts Brown. If I had to grade this trade for the Blue Jays, I mean, that's a solid bullpen piece. Give them a B. Orioles, I give them a C. I know I'm saying a lot of B and C's on these trades, but I don't really know. I mean, these are a bunch of minor league guys that I don't know nothing about. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. The New York Yankees have acquired outfielder Austin Slater in a trade with the Chicago White Sox. So the Yankees keep on adding as they get Austin Slater. I mean, he was really good for the White Sox, so, going to the Yankees, he's not, like I said, he's not going to be asked to do much. Just get on base. I mean, because you got Judge, Stanton, Goldschmidt. I mean, there's so much power on that team. Jazz, yeah. But yeah, W deal for the Yankees. The Los Angeles Angels are acquiring right-handed reliever Luis Garcia in a trade with the Washington Nationals. Okay, so Angels adding some pitching off the Nationals. As a part of the deal, left-handed reliever Andrew Chafin is also going to Angels. Left-hander Jake Eder is one player heading back in the Nationals in the deal. So yeah, I would give the Angels an A. I mean, they get two good pitching pieces. The Nationals get Jake Eder back. I don't even know who that is, but I'm going to give them a C. Like I said, whoever gets the most in the deal, I feel like wins it. So yeah, this is a good deal for the Angels. Breaking, the Cincinnati Reds are acquiring third baseman Brian Hayes in a trade with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sources tell ESPN Hayes is among the best defensive players in baseball, that's facts, and has 5 years of club control beyond this season. My goodness, so he might be in Cincy for a long time. I like this for the Reds. I mean, I think Espinal, I'm pretty sure, was playing third for them. They get a really good defender and keep Ryan Hayes. I know people are, but he can't hit. You never know. Cincinnati could fix him. And he's not going to be asked to really, do anything special. I mean, get on base. I mean, that's all they're really going to ask. I mean, they got Ellie. They got Espinal. They got Matt McClain. They got Austin Hayes. They got a lot of dogs. Tyler Stevenson, like Spencer Steer, Will Benson, TJ Friedel. Like, come on now. Yeah. I like this deal for the Reds. But we got more on it. Reds get Key Bryan. Pittsburgh receives shortstop prospect Sammy Staffura and right-handed pitcher Taylor Rogers. Cincinnati wins this trade. I'm going to give them an A+ on this. It's an excellent deal. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, I'll give them a B just because, they had to dump Key Bryan Hayes. And, they dumped him to a division rival, which is kind of crazy. But at least they get him off their team. But I don't know. Are Pirates fans, are y'all happy about that, though? He was there for a long time. The New York Mets have acquired right-handed reliever Taylor Rogers from the San Francisco Giants. Another bullpen piece for the New York Mets. So they are suiting up to go deep in October, it looks like. Another great move. I mean, A+. Tyler, I think I said Taylor. I meant to say Tyler. Tyler Rogers is a dog. And the Mets paid a very hefty price for Tyler Rogers, right-handed Jose Butto, outfielder prospect Drew Gilbert, and right-handed pitching prospect Blade Tidwell are headed to San Francisco. Wow. My goodness, the Mets did give up a lot. But I still think the Mets win this trade. Tyler Rogers is phenomenal. But not a really bad return for the Giants. This is a W return for the Giants. I'll give them a B+ on the return. This is a W trade, both sides. The Seattle Mariners have acquired left-handed reliever Caleb Ferguson from the Pittsburgh Pirates. So another reliever off the board going to Seattle. I mean, Seattle is just, they're crushing it so far. I mean, Caleb Ferguson is phenomenal. Yeah, A+ for the Mariners. The Twins and Phillies deal is agreed upon. Right-handed. My bad for the little, just stare at the camera. I was trying to read this. Right-handed Mick Abel and catcher Edlario Tate are going to Minnesota for closer is that how you said Joan Duran? So they get Duran from the Twins. I mean, the Phillies wanted Clase, but obviously with the gambling shit, they couldn't get Clase. So they go out there and get Joan Duran from the Minnesota Twins, who is a phenomenal closer, bro. This is a W deal. This is S tier for the Phillies. Not a bad return, though, for the Twins. I give them a B on the return, not bad. I mean, a good trade both ways. Oh, they're saying Mick Abel is a big league ready starter with first round Pelage. Is a catcher in the class with a massive power and big arm. So the Twins, getting a good return, which they should for Duran. Duran, one of the best in the league. The New York Mets are finalizing a deal to acquire closer, I can't talk, Ryan Helsley from the Cardinals. Oh my fucking God, the New York Mets! They're going all in, bro. The Mets. This is S tier, bro. Ryan Helsley to New York, bro. With, who did they get? Gregory Soto. And they just got Tyler Rogers. Man, they're killing it. The Cardinals are receiving shortstop Jesus Basil, right-handed Nate Doem, and right-hander Frank Elizalde from the Mets for Ryan Helsley. So the Cardinals get a really good return, which they should. Ryan Helsley, one of the best. The Mets use 6 players today to get 2 high-end relievers to put in front of Edwin Diaz, which is smart, though. You want to go deep in October, you have to do stuff like that. I know you're giving up a lot, but you're trying to go all in. But a really good return for the Cardinals, though. If I had to grade this trade, like I said, S for the Mets, because Ryan Helsley is phenomenal. The Cardinals, I'll give them an A. I mean, they're getting 3 players back. The Cubs have acquired pitcher Mike Sorka from the Nationals. Okay, so the Cubs add more pitching Mike Sorka, but he's 3-8 with a 4.84 ERA and 60 starts. But the key with him is the expected stats are much better than his actual one starting, with his xERA, which is a 3.32. Could be a pin arm too, so they might throw him in a bullpen. So the Cubs adding some pitching. Okay, I'll give that an A for the Cubs. Mike Sorka is not bad. The Cincinnati Reds are finalizing a trade to acquire right-hander Zach Little from the Tampa Bay Rays. Sheesh. Pending medical review. The Reds adding some more pitching. I mean, I'm kind of shocked that they got another pitcher. Maybe they're going to move Zach Little to the bullpen, or Nick Martinez into the bullpen, or Nick Lodolo. I don't know. Whatever they do. But, yeah, Cincinnati with 2 good moves. I'll give this an A. The Houston Astros are acquiring infielder Raymond Urias from the Baltimore Orioles. Okay, good move for the Astros. I'll give that a B. Urias is pretty good. The Boston Red Sox are finalizing a trade to acquire left-handed reliever Steven Matz from the St. Louis Cardinals. Sources tell ESPN the deal is agreed to and pending medical review. Deal. For the Red Sox, they get left-handed reliever Steven Matz, who is phenomenal. But the St. Louis Cardinals are receiving first baseman Blaze Jordan from the Boston Red Sox in a deal. So, player swap. I would give this a for the Red Sox, and then I'll give it an A for the Cardinals. Blaze Jordan sounds like a fire name. Breaking this, Seattle Mariners are in agreement on a deal to acquire third baseman Eugenio Suarez. I know I butchered his first name horribly. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow, from the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Mariners might just win it all, bro. They got Josh Naylor and Suarez. I mean, call them the Seattle Diamondbacks. My goodness. They're loading up to go deep. I mean, that's an S-tier move. I mean, phenomenal. 3-way trade. Dodgers receive left-handed pitcher Adam Sawinski, right-handed pitcher Paul Gervais, and Ben Roderick. I don't even know his name. Rays receive catcher Hunter Fegakia, right-handed pitcher Brian Van Belly, and the Reds receive Zach Little. So it was a 3-team deal. Okay. I don't really know any of the guys the Dodgers and the Rays got, so I'm not even going to comment on that. But the Reds, I mean, that's a good move. Oh my goodness. I was hoping I didn't see this, bro. The Toronto Blue Jays but finalized it. This was 10 hours ago, though, so it probably went through. The Toronto Blue Jays are finalizing a trade to acquire right-hander Shane Bieber. Man, no more Biebs. That sucks. From the Cleveland Guardians, the Jays have been looking for another starter, and they get one in the former AL Cy Young winner. Fuck, man! Man, thank you, Shane Bieber, bro. Damn, bro. Sucks. Call them the Toronto Guardians, bro. Y'all have so many of our players. But go be great, Shane Bieber. You did a lot for the city of Cleveland. You was a phenomenal pitcher, for us. Go be great in Toronto. Go, do your thing, bro. It's just sad, bro. Right-handed pitcher Cal, I don't know how you say it, Kale Steven, expected to go to Cleveland in a Shane Bieber deal, is one of the biggest pop-up prospects of 2025. While his fastball tops out in the mid-90s, okay, he's got the sort of pitchability that Cleveland has developed with extreme success. A 2.08 ERA and 91.2 innings pitched in 2025. So, hold on. Wait a minute. The Guardians might have cooked. Okay, we get rid of Bieber, But, man, they're getting a phenomenal... I'm pretty sure this guy's a prospect back. Oh, that is phenomenal. I like it. If I had to grade this trade for the Blue Jays, I'll give them an A+. Guardians, I'll give us an A. I think this is a really good return. I mean, a 2.08 ERA and 91.2 innings pitched. That is phenomenal. Yeah, but good trade both ways. Or not... Good return both ways, I'm going to say. Breaking, the San Diego Padres are acquiring closer Mason Miller and starter J.P. Sears from the A's? Ooh. Oh my goodness. They get Mason Miller in San Diego and J.P. Sears. Sheesh. The A's are receiving shortstop, oh my goodness, Leo Dallas D. Veras, the number 3 overall prospect in baseball. Okay, the A's cooking. Along with 3 pitchers from San Diego for Mason Miller and J.P. Sears. So, if I had to grade this trade for the Padres, man, it's an S. I know they just gave up the number 3 overall prospect in baseball, but Mason Miller and J.P. Sears are really good. If I had to grade this for the A's, though, I'm giving them an A+. Good deal both ways. That's a blockbuster deal. I'm going to take a little drink real quick. Here's the full trade. They got the names. Alright. So they get right-handed pitcher Brandon Knapp, right-handed pitcher Henry Baez, and right-handed pitcher Enranio Nunez. Okay. The Detroit Tigers are finalizing a deal to acquire closer Kyle Finnegan from the Washington Nationals. So the Tigers adding more bullpen. A really solid deal. I'll give that a B for the Tigers. I mean, adding more pitching, they need it. The Philadelphia Phillies are finalizing a trade to acquire outfielder Harrison Bader from the Minnesota Twins. Bang! The Phillies adding on to their team. They get Harrison Bader, who's been really good for the Twins this year. That's a B+ move. I mean, phenomenal move for the Phillies. The Los Angeles Dodgers are finalizing a deal to acquire right-handed reliever Brock Stewart from the Minnesota Twins. So the Dodgers adding some bullpen arms. Okay. I don't know too much about Brock Stewart, but the Twins bullpen has been really good this year, so I'd give this an A for the Dodgers. The New York Yankees are finalizing a trade to acquire closer David Bednar from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sources tell ESPN. Another good move for the Yankees. They get a bullpen piece here in David Bednar, who's been up and down this season. Hopefully the Yankees can fix him. But yeah, the Pirates lose yet another key piece. Not really a key piece of their team, but he's a fan favorite. Same with Key Brian Hayes. Their fans love David Bednar and Key Brian Hayes, but this is an A+ for the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees are just adding on and on and on. We got a full trade between San Diego and Kansas City. Padres receive catcher Freddie Fermin. Royals receive right-handed Ryan Burgott and right-hand pitcher Steven Kolick. Okay, so they get rid of Freddie Fermin, which he's actually pretty solid. So if I had to rate this trade for the Padres, I'll give them like a C. Royals, I give you all a C. I don't know, it's kind of a mid trade. But Freddie Fermin is tough though. Among the return to the Pirates and Bednar deal, per ESPN sources, catcher Rafael Flores, who tore up AA, is now at AAA, is a top shelf framer. I don't know why I said farmer, and regarded as a big league ready catcher, a very good centerpiece. Also in it, Edglin Perez, who is 19 with excellent swing decisions. So the Pirates get a couple minor league guys that they're just going to ship off in 3 years, but not a bad deal for the Pirates. I mean, for a struggling David Bednar this season, I would definitely give this a B for the Pirates. Not a bad return. The New York Mets are finalizing a deal to acquire center fielder Cedric Mullins in a trade with the Baltimore Orioles. Cedric Mullins, man, he's been robbing home runs like every day for like the past week, bro. What a deal for the Mets. I'm telling you, the New York Mets might just win it all. I mean, this is an under-the-radar move. Cedric Mullins, I mean, great center fielder. It's an A for the Mets on this deal. Source, the Dodgers are sending center fielder James Outman to the Twins as part of the trade for right-handed pitcher Brock Stewart. So the Twins get back center fielder James Outman, who's actually pretty good. I'd give this a B for the Twins. Not a bad return for a bullpen arm, who's actually really good. The New York Yankees are acquiring right-handed reliever Jake Bird from the Colorado Rockies for second baseman Rock Riggo and left-hander Ben Shields. Okay. So the Yankees, another reliever, Jake Bird. I don't know how good he is. I mean, he plays for the Rockies. I don't know too much about them. But yeah, the Rockies get back second baseman Rock Riggo and left-handed Ben Shields. But I would give this a B for the Yankees and a C for the Rockies. The Minnesota Twins are trading shortstop Carlos Correa to the Houston Astros. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Carlos Correa is headed back to Houston and gets out of Minnesota. Wow, that is... I'd like to see that. That's fire. That's fire. If I had to rate this deal for the Astros, this is A. You get Correa back. I don't know how good he has been this season, but yeah, that's fire. The Texas Rangers are acquiring left-handed Danny Clumby from the Minnesota Twins. So I'm guessing this is another bullpen arm. So the Rangers add a bullpen arm. I'll give this a B. Like I said, the Twins bullpen actually has been really good this year. So another good move. Another good move. I don't know why. That was the Rangers' first move. I meant to say that's another good move. I don't know. My bad. The Houston Astros are acquiring outfielder Jesus Sanchez from the Miami Marlins. So the Astros keep on coming with the deals. They get Sanchez from the Marlins, who's really good. Okay. If I had to... my bad. I just messed up. If I had to rate this deal for the Astros, I would give them a B. The San Diego Padres are finalizing a deal to acquire first baseman Ryan O'Hearn and outfielder Ramon Laureano from the Baltimore Orioles. The Padres, man, this might put them over the top, bro. They get Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano, who's been tearing it up this season. A really good move for the Padres. I give them an S. The Los Angeles Dodgers are acquiring outfielder Alex Cole, Guardians legend from the Washington Nationals. The Dodgers get their outfielder. We were hearing Steven Kwan. I hope that Steven Kwan did not get moved. We're not all the way through the deals, so hopefully he did not get moved. But yeah, the Dodgers get Alex Cole, who's really solid, good contact hitter. I'd give this an A. The Texas Rangers are acquiring right-handed Morel Kelly from the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, starting pitcher. The Rangers kind of need more, more depth in the rotation. So this is a good move. I'll give them a B. The Chicago Cubs are acquiring super utility man Willie Castro from the Minnesota Twins. Damn, the Twins have moved a lot of guys. This is an A for the Cubs. Willie Castro's a dog. And yeah. Not too much to say about that. The Kansas City Royals are acquiring left-handed Bailey Falter from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Another Pirate gone. Bailey Falter's had a really solid season this year for the Pirates. He goes to the Royals. I'd give this an A for the Royals. The Boston Red Sox are acquiring right-handed Dustin May from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay, not a bad move. I really don't know how good Dustin May's been, but not a bad move for the Red Sox. I give this a B. The New York Yankees are acquiring shortstop Jose Cabanero from the Tampa Bay Rays. Damn, an in-division trade. Oh my goodness. That is an ass right there. Cabanero's tough. Oh, there's so many teams that have had a really good deadline. The Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring Adrian Hauser from the White Sox. I don't really know who that is. I'll get him a B though. Reliever Phil Maton is going to the Texas Rangers from the St. Louis Cardinals. Ooh, that is a sneaky good pickup. Phil Maton's tough. To the Rangers from the St. Louis Cardinals. That's an A for the Rangers. The Yankees are getting Camilo Doval from the Giants. Yo, the Yankees are killing the deadline. Oh my goodness. That's an A. Holy shit. The Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring right-handed reliever Griffin Jax from the Minnesota Twins. Dude, the Minnesota Twins might as well just rebuild. Holy, that bullpen is going to be taxed, bro. I mean, they've moved damn near every bullpen piece they've had. I mean, Duran's gone. Now Jax is gone. I mean, this is an S for the Tampa Bay Rays. Griffin Jax is phenomenal. Charlie Morton is going to the Detroit Tigers. I mean, he's alright. I mean, he's old. I mean, it's not a bad move, though, for the Tigers. I mean, I give it like a C. The Minnesota Twins are getting Taj Bradley in the Griffin Jax deal. Oh, not a bad return for the Twins. Taj Bradley, I mean, he's had his ups and downs this season, but, you know, he's a pretty good starting pitcher. But if I had to grade this for the Twins, the return, I'd give them like a B minus. The Kansas City Royals, this is the last deal. The Kansas City Royals acquired outfielder Mike Yastrzemski from the San Francisco Giants. The Royals with a pretty good deadline. They ended with Mike Yastrzemski as the last deal of the deadline. I mean, I think that's an A right there. Mike Yastrzemski, pretty good hitter, pretty good defender, is going to Kansas City. And that seems like it's going to wrap it up. I'm going to go check and see if Stephen Kwan did get moved, just in case. I mean, I got to check out and see what I missed. Wait, what did I just see? Denzel Ward saying he wants to see Terry McLaurin in Cleveland. What? Wait, am I missing something? I think I'm missing something. Hold up. Oh, shit! Terry McLaurin requested a trade from the Commanders? Oh, he's done with that contract stuff. Okay. So, Scary Terry requested a trade. Alright, I'm not going to spend too much time on that because that's not the point of the video. Excuse me. Cleveland Guardians news.